What's up everyone, and welcome to today's video. Now the project that I want to bring some attention to today is called Void Money. Now these guys are going to be a reflections token on the Fantom smart chain. Now this is their website. So they've got a website out, they've got a Discord community that they're growing very fast at the moment. And they've got a few Medium articles out, which they've been calling the white paper so far. They're doing it kind of bit by bit. So not much stuff available on the website at the moment. They do have some information on the Medium articles, so we'll go into that into a bit more detail. So this is the first one that they brought out. Just some basics about the project. So yeah, these guys are going to be a reflections token on the Fantom smart chain. They're going to give 7% DAI rewards on each transaction. Now, if you're new to crypto, you don't know what DAI is. That's a stable coin. So recently, in the last few months, when we've seen, the crypto market crash, or your typical, meme coins and shit coins have been, going to zero. There have been certain protocols that have still been performing well despite the crypto market not performing so well, and reflections tokens have definitely been one of those, especially stable coin reflection tokens. Now there's been a number of them that have launched and have performed very well despite bad market conditions, and now that we've actually got some better market conditions, I'm sure that these projects can continue to do really well. Now what's good about having a stable coin as your reflection token compared to, say for example, we compare it to other protocols that are working really well at the moment, like positive auto rebase projects, right? Now what happens with them is the amount of tokens that you have increases over time, and so what these guys are saying is like a benefit of their token is that your reflections that you gain over time is already in stablecoin, so there's no need to then make a sell on the chart. Whereas, for example, with these auto rebase protocols, most of them give you a kind of give you an example of how to take profits. They say build up a certain amount over a certain amount of time and then start to sell small amounts every day. Obviously, if everybody does that, it's going to cause a lot of sales on the chart. So these guys are making out that benefit of having a stable coin reflections token is that there won't be as many sells in the chart. Now the project itself will have to sell, make sells in the chart in order to then distribute the reflections. But they're saying it's not going to be as many as an auto rebase protocol where if everybody's taking profits every day, as the project goes on. Then they're going to say, this is going to be an advantage of a reflections token. But anyway, we've seen from various other ones that I've covered that they do perform, typically very well. So let's go over a little bit more stuff. So this is just the first article, basically, where they're going over the basics of it. Some tokenomics, the 7% buy and sell. So that's 3%. Liquidity. So it's going to be 15% tax for buys and sells in total by the looks of things. Don't confirm it here, but we've got a 7% reflection, 2% going to the liquidity pool, and a 5% transaction going to the marketing. Wait a minute, no, 3% auto liquidity pool and 5% going to marketing, so that makes 15%. So assume it's going to be 15% on buys and sells. Obviously, we are still early on in this project. Anything can change between now and launch or pre-sale time. That's going to be paid every 60 minutes. There's no need to, stake, claim, and that kind of stuff. Even though, as we go on into the later articles, you're going to see these guys actually do have a lot more utilities in their roadmap, which is why I'm so bullish on this project. I wanted to kind of share it with you guys, especially considering how big of a community they've always managed to grow. The Discord now has 17,500 members. And so just move on to that second article now, where we talk about a couple of different aspects about the project. Here we go. They're saying hybrid projects. So not only are they going to give you these reflections, but they want to kind of make it, the same way that an OHM project runs. So your wallet will increase in DAI balance while we are simultaneously growing our treasury. So yeah, they're going to be kind of a hybrid project. Then they're going to, mix some OHM features in with a normal reflections token, and that's not just it. Like if so you go on to the third one, they keep coming out with these utilities that they're going to bring out, and so yeah, so as well as that, they talk about vesting and higher sell tax. So what's going to happen? This is talking about what the sell tax is going to be at launch, and what they're saying is at launch there's going to be a 30% higher sell tax. So if the sell tax is already 15%, then the sell tax at launch will be 45%, and that's going to lower periodically every day until it goes down to 15%. It's going to lower by over a 7-day period 30. Yeah, so me personally, I'm not a huge fan of these methods of trying to stop the anti-dump or anti-whale measures and this kind of stuff. I think the best one I saw was from Sphere Finance, the anti-whale measure, but all this like higher sell tax on launch, I just don't think it really works, because yeah, you might prevent a few people that might have sold straight away after the launch and just took some quick profits. But what I find is every time, and it's going to happen over 7 days, it's going to happen every single day for 7 days, is that there's going to be a lowering of the tax bracket, right? So it's going to go from 45% down to whichever the next one will be the next day, every 24 hours. And what you find from my personal experience in most projects is that there's always a sell-off, leading up to these changes in taxes. So every time the tax is going to get lowered the next day, there'll be another little sell-off and another little sell-off. And what it does, it kind of prevents a project from really starting to grow. So rather than just having, there's going to be maybe a bunch of people that sell out at launch, take some quick profits, which is going to happen, which will probably still happen anyway, even if you keep the tax at 45%, because anyone who's been in crypto around long enough knows that people will, they'll even if it was like a 70% tax, people still sell. And that's just the way things are. But yeah, so maybe they might prevent, as a slight part of the dump on launch, but I do think that this could, prevent the project from progressing forward over the first 7 days, because of this tax. It's going to be going lower and lower and lower. It's going to be a sell-off and sell-off and sell-off as the days go on. But I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying from my personal experience that's what I've seen in previous projects. But anyway, that's what they decided to do. And well, as I say, I don't think anything's set in stone, because these, they're called white papers, but they're just medium articles. So I imagine, once the project goes a little bit further and the website's updated and everything's done, they'll have like a real set in stone white paper done, which obviously closer to launch is going to be more definitive of what they actually choose to do. And so yes, that's what they talked about in the second white paper. So this is the last one and the most up to date at the moment that we've got. Like I say, still very early on. They've just finished round 1 of whitelisting, but they are saying that there's going to be more whitelisting available soon. So you are still early, even though there's 17,500 people in their Discord group already, and maybe the first round of whitelisting is already finished. You are definitely still early in this one. As you can see from the website, nothing's kind of ready yet. They've still got the KYC to do, the audit, all this kind of stuff. So there's still plenty of time to find yourselves a whitelist spot in this one. And so yeah, here we go. This is where they're going to talk about the staking that's going to be available, the NFTs, what they're going to do with the treasury fund, and how they're going to yield farm. Which is just another utility and another cool aspect to this project that I do like. So we'll go to the staking and locking. So these guys are going to offer some staking, right? So on top of getting your reflections and those reflections also gaining interest, you can also stake and lock your tokens for periods of time, from the shortest period up to 1 week and then up to 4 years. You receive an NFT and some more reflections as well. So it's just kind of an added utility, an added way, especially if you believe in the project over the long term. it's just another way to make extra money, basically, some extra passive income. But yeah, I mean, as you can see from the first few white papers, these guys aren't stopping there. You know, they just keep coming out with one thing after another. You know, to kind of strengthen their use case. And one thing they even haven't mentioned in here, which they have made an announcement about in the Discord, is they've also had a partnership with Sphere Finance. Now, you know, I did a load of videos about Sphere Finance before the launch. You know, I hope a lot of you invested in there because, you know, if you got into that pre-sale and the private sale like I did, then, you know, you would have made a lot of money. It's one of the best protocols pretty much out there at the minute. It's performing, you know, it's probably the #1 at the minute that's picked up the most and the most attention. And, you know, the team's great, everything they're doing over there, the partnerships and all the ideas that are coming out is crazy. And one thing that they've implemented is the quantum liquidity as a service. And now what that basically is they're going to they're turning liquidity into revenue generating streams through farming with Sphere. So all these different projects are going to become a part of this this protocol, quantum liquidity as a service, and basically what it's going to do is going to help all these as Sphere. So we've got over Sphere now. I've got the chart here. So as Sphere appreciates in value, basically the liquidity and token value of the other projects that are part of this quantum liquidity as a service are also going to grow. So it's kind of like a bunch of projects coming together and, you know, being stronger together, basically. So, you know, if you're in a project that's, you know, part of this, then it's definitely a bullish thing as well. And yeah, so in terms of like KYC and all that kind of stuff as well, they're gonna, you know, be doing a KYC with the House of Obsidian. To be honest, I'm yet to see a project that partnered with them that was a scam. So that's always a positive thing. You know, if they're willing to KYC to them, and yeah, they're just doing everything right, basically. So I'm definitely interested in this project. This also talks about the yield farming strategies, what they're going to do with the treasury, and where they're going to be sticking the money in order to gain more. And yeah, so in the next article, so they're going to keep doing a series, I guess, as the project continues. They're going to talk more about the KYC and doxing, the multi-signatures on the wallets, some more possible partnerships. So let's say we're so early on, I mean, they've already got all these use cases and partnerships, but they're going to have some more in place as well. So yeah, I'm definitely bullish about this project. They're going to, in the next one also, they're going to talk a little bit more about, I guess, launch dates and pre-sale dates and that kind of thing. And yeah, so I'll put these links in the description of this video so you can go check the project out, and then maybe I'll make another video myself as we get closer to the pre-sale. And so yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about on this project today. Thanks for listening as always, and until next time guys, bye.